Business tycoon Caroline Duggan took a gamble when she employed her ex-husband as her chauffeur. Has it come off? Well, the car hasn't crashed yet, but is he perhaps a shade too familiar?
Your motor, Tektronix. High Holborn, please. And I have to be there by 10 o'clock.
Right you are, darling.
I'm very excited, Leslie. This will be the biggest deal contra mail order ever done.
I feel a bit under the weather and I'm worried. There was a mosquito in my bathroom last week. I'm sure it bit me.
If they let me handle their mail order, it'll up my turnover by 50%.
And where it bit me. That's where I got the pain, near enough. Anyway, as near as I'm telling people. Sorry, darling. Up your turnover.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I think it was a mosquito and it looked foreign.
It bit you?
No, I didn't see it. But from where the mark is, it was either that or a very close friend.
The point is, Leslie, the Yomoto microgrill is a completely new departure in fast food.
You mean it makes it edible? Actually, I suppose it could be just a pimple. It's hard to get a good look, without two mirrors. Darling, would you mind closing your window? A bit of a draught.
Honestly, Leslie, as a chauffeur, you make a wonderful old woman. You treat yourself like a prized uranium.
I have to be careful. I don't want this back pain to go galloping through my body.
It won't. If it's found your backbone, it's been exhausted by searching. Every week it's something new. Last month you were practically booking yourself in for a kidney transplant. Then we found out it was just a twist in your belt.
Doctors can be wrong,
Like when they take you on as a patient. Poor Dr. Barr when we were married. Are you ill there, Mr. Duggan? No, Doctor. Just called in to see if there was anything wrong that I couldn't feel.
Sensible precaution, that's all.
And then you'll be back next week. Hello again, Doctor. Just wondered if they discovered any new diseases since I was here last.
Prevention is better than cure, they say.
And hypochondria can damage your health. Now, let's have a bit of hush while I work out my sales pitch for Mr. Yomoto. And make sure we're there on time. The Japs are sticklers for punctuality.
Most impressed with your plans, Mrs. Duggan. Should be delighted to do business with your film.
I believe we could handle your complete UK mail order.
Just one problem in mind of shrewd businessman. Is your film able to fulfill promises?
Pardon?
We learn many times of labor problems with British companies, strikes, drunkenness. Employees unwilling to meet deadlines.
Not quantum. We always meet our deadlines.
We have proverb in Japan. Warrior brave in talk, often free in battle, we often say.
That can't be easy.
Means, can I be sure I can rely on you?
Mr. Yomoto, I suggest you visit our firm. I'm quite sure you'll like what you see. Oh, hell.
How did it go with old Starch Yomoto?
All right, I think. He's coming in 10 days' time to look at our operation.
I wonder if my back needs an operation. Apparently these days they can rebuild your spine like a Lego set.
Always provided you have a spine to start with. If you're keen to be fit, Leslie, you need to get out and train.
I'm not sure I'm that keen.
You should hear Grant on the subject.
Grant? Oh, yes, your new boyfriend.
Every day he does a 10-mile run and 50 press-ups and a workout in the gym. And just look at him.
Sick as a parrot.
He's never had a day's illness in his life. As a matter of fact, Leslie, you helped me make up my mind.
What about?
Well, since I'm hoping to do a deal with a Japanese firm, I may try some of their methods. We can learn something from them.
Yeah, Japanese.
The way they make their workers keen.
You mean fear? Little miniaturized robots, all raw fish and glasses.
Perfect example. When an English worker gets drunk, what do we do?
Judging by the trade figures, promote him to management.
We laugh it off and send him home. The Japanese humiliate him in public on the shop floor, and he never does it again.
You can't get drunk with a sword in your tummy.
Then there's company welfare. Most Jap firms pay a bonus to workers who don't smoke. Part of the company fitness program.
How do you know all this?
Grant told me he spent a lot of time in Japan.
I hope he got mercury in his mackerel.
He studied their company fitness schemes and he wants to try them in Britain. I think I'll let him run a pilot program for quantum.
You're joking, darling. What? Communal exercises for your workers?
Every morning, 10 to 9.
Most of them don't start coughing till 11. Yeah, I know, and the thought of that mob in gym shorts...
There'll be no smoking in the canteen.
No smoke? Half of them, you wouldn't know they were breathing if they didn't have a fag on.
And no drinking in the lunch hour. We'll show up anyone smelling of beer or peppermint.
But, darling, this isn't Japan. I mean, you can't force people to do exercises.
No, but I can pay a bonus for those who do. I'll ask Grant tonight. This is just the thing to impress Mr. Yamota.
I suppose you don't expect me to...
But of course, you're the one who needs the most exercise.
Yeah, but I can't.
We have a saying in Japan, Mr. Duggan. Dishonorable chauffeur disobey honorable employer. No bloody bonus.
But Claire, I mean, if she expects her chauffeur to join, she's sure to nobble you as her personal assistant.
But I think it's a great idea, Leslie. I do exercises anyway.
You would.
You know the Canadian Air Force program?
Never watched it, no. I'm waiting till they make the paperback.
I mean their training program. I've been doing that. Now I'll be able to exercise at work and get paid for it.
Well, a 2 quid bonus? I'm not selling my dignity for that.
You do anything for money. No one else comes to the staff party with Tupperware. And you work so much overtime, I bet you set your watch on time and a half.
Oh,
What's the matter?
Oh, twinge in my back again. Oh.
Well, if you took more exercise, perhaps you wouldn't have it. You spend too much time sitting on your brains.
Look, the only exercise I want is flattening a Leslie-shaped piece of Bondi Beach. I'll just take one of my Nurse Lusty pills for tired blood.
Coming, Grant, you've met Leslie.
Leslie?
My ex-husband and chauffeur. I mean, ex-husband, not ex-chauffeur. He's still working on that. And Claire, my PA.
Ah, you look fit.
Oh, thank you.
Canadian Air Force program?
How on earth did you know?
You look like a flying moose.
I guess from your posture. Every program has its peculiarities, but I hope to convince you mine is better.
I'm sure you will.
Matter of fact, I call it the Grant Pym program.
Great. How did you think that up?
Well, that's my name. Grant Pym.
Ah, so it's a play on words. Oh, very clever.
Leslie, I'm afraid Leslie has yet to be convinced that exercise is beneficial.
So I see. You drink alcohol?
Well, if you're having one.
Great mistake, old man. You know what alcohol does to the brain cells?
Well, if they're like the rest of me, they have fun.
Destroys them by the millions.
Oh, not in Leslie's case.
Thank you, darling.
You can't destroy more than you've got.
Caroline, this will be a cornerstone of my program. Your workers must understand the dangers not only of alcohol, but also supposedly harmless drugs like tea and coffee.
Tea?
A noxious brew of caffeine and other harmful agents.
Help. I didn't get my fix this morning. My tea's made broke. You can tell I'm a tea head. Look at my arms. Look. Little perforations.
It's easy to mock.
Legalize Ovaltine. Just a spoonful, that's all I ask.
Grant, I must apologize for Leslie.
I suppose it's all right if I carry on wrecking my health with barley sugars.
They contain a high percentage of white sugar, which can be extremely harmful.
I don't believe it. I'm not staying for any more of this. I'm off to the pub.
What's the matter?
Twins. Has it got up? Oh, my back.
Uh-huh. Here we see the legacy of unhealthy living. You've got osteopathic lesions.
You're no oil painting yourself.
With the right exercise, I could put those right.
For the last time, I'm not doing any exercises. I get enough exercise dodging joggers. If God had meant us to exercise, he wouldn't have given us men only.
Well, Grant, I'll show you the canteen. I think that'll be the best place for the fitness classes.
You can put your shirt back on, Mr. Duggan.
Thanks, Dr. Bannershee. What is it I've got?
Well,
You can tell me, Doc. I can take it. No, don't hold anything back. I'm the type that likes to know. None of this telling me it's flu while the relatives order flowers.
well, now, you are not going to like this.
Oh, God, all right. Tell me straight, Doc. Don't wrap it up in fancy medical terms.
To be frank, you are just very, very lazy.
Perhaps you can wrap it up in fancy medical terms. Something I can tell people.
Your whole way of life. You drive for a living. What could be more facile? You go home and slump in your armchair, isn't it? My dear man, is it any wonder your back is giving you jip?
Look, I put mustard on it. Oh, last week I got the jars mixed up. Could peanut butter have done any harm?
There is no point in looking for other reasons. You have simply allowed the muscles to weaken, and your posture is unhealthy. I recommend a course of exercise.
Couldn't I just have the aspirins again?
Exercise, Mr. Duggan. That is the answer.
And bend and stretch, and 1 and 2 and break. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Grant, you're working wonders. Ah, Claire, feeling the benefits?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure about those last 30 press-ups. I ache in muscles I never knew Henry Cooper had.
Yeah, that won't last long.
At this rate, neither will I. I think I'll go and lie down. I may decide to die.
Grant, you're giving your lecture on drink this lunchtime?
Yes, I feel very strongly about the effects of alcohol on health and efficiency. You'll find the Japs agree with me there. Well, why, look who's here.
Morning, morning.
Leslie, this isn't another childish attempt to frighten people during their exercises. They're not going to sit there again cracking Brazils.
No, darling, no. Matter of fact, I came along to lend a hand.
What?
I've thought things over, and I may be setting a bad example. So if I can help by doing the odd knee bend, I'm your man. And believe me, it will be odd.
You like it? We can start right now if Caroline can spare you for half an hour.
Oh. Anything wrong, Claire?
Caroline, I ache all over. This program of Grant's is too much on top of a day's work.
Leslie's thriving on it.
He never does the day's work. Look, I'm sorry. I'll have to give it up.
I don't understand. You used to do your own exercises.
In moderation. What Grant expects would cripple the SAS. Can't you ask him to ease up?
We don't change anything with Mr. Yomosa coming tomorrow. People have only just got the routine. And very impressive it looks, the whole workforce in unison.
And eventually all in the same hospital.
There's no point in exercising if it's half-hearted. I must say I am disappointed, Claire. If Leslie can do it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Just check the old pulse with my watch. 10 throbs between Mickey Mouse ears. That's well, whatever it is, eat your heart out, Sebastian Coe.
How was your run today, Leslie?
Wonderful. I don't know why I ever caught the bus to work.
You seldom did. You usually overslept.
And what an appetite. Now I've given up drinking. I get through more bananas than London Zoo.
Bananas?
Right. When I think of the cholesterol specials I used to eat, nothing on my plate that didn't cause heart attacks in rats. Bacon, eggs, beans.
There's no cholesterol in beans.
There is when you fry them. Best to avoid temptation. Your best friend is a carrot. When I go for my evening jog, I always carry one.
Where?
Usually round the park.
And your back's still all right?
I hardly know I've got a back. Not now I do my isometrics when I'm driving.
Oh. When you wiggle about in the seat. I thought that was just wanting to stop soon.
I tell you, I feel like a new man. Grant says he'll put me in the front row for tomorrow's display.
That should impress our Japanese friend. Have you sewn on your logo?
It's on my T-shirt with a slogan of my own. You too can have a body like mine. But don't ask to borrow my shorts. Only joking. I just got the quantum trademark with a leaping Zulu.
Fine. I'm off to account.
All right, Leslie. Tell me what you really think of the fitness program.
I tell you, I've never felt better. I can take 3 stairs at a time. Before, I got tennis elbow just pressing the lift button.
Well, I'm on the point of collapse. And most of the workforce feels the same.
Oh, surely not. Here, have some raw Swede.
I mean it. If Grant carries on like this, the troops will mutiny. We'll all just give it up.
Oh, come on. Caroline would be terribly upset. What about the demonstration for old Kamikaze?
Oh, we'll do that, of course.
I'm glad to hear it. You know, there's a big deal at stake. He won't be very impressed if it's just me and a hula hoop.
Well, the crash will come after tomorrow. Everyone feels they're pushed too hard. Everyone except Caroline, and she doesn't do it.
Well, perhaps I'd better have a word with Grant. Ask him to ease up. Now, we're playing rugby tomorrow. I'll tackle him then.
Good game, eh, Leslie?
Yes. It's just the communal bath I don't like, you know. You get such funny looks when you lose your soap.
Race around the park? It's time before we're due back at Quantum.
I'd like a word first. Why don't we call in here?
The pub?
Yeah, if you've no objections. I haven't been in since I gave up drink.
No, well, could have something soft, I suppose.
You see, Grant, some of the others want me to,
Hello, Les.
Sid, long time no see. I'll have an orange juice.
Ah, the old orange juice, eh?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, say for me, please.
Yes, sir. Same as naughty old Les.
Now, Grant, look, you see, the feeling is, and naturally I disassociate myself, is this, that you expect a bit too much from your Keep Fit class.
In what way?
Oh, thanks, Sid.
I'm ready for this. Cheers.
That's £2.80.
What, for 2 orange juices? Where do the oranges come from? Elizabeth Taylor's garden?
Double vodka and orange, £1.40.
Who asked for vodka?
Come on, Les. 5 years you've been coming in here. You never drink nothing but vodka and orange.
Oh, it's my fault. Of course you wouldn't know. I'm on the wagon now.
You? On a wagon? Blimey. Anyone want to buy a pub? Sorry, Les. You know, I thought it was like, you know, when you came in with your mum. You fixed up beforehand, I'd put a double in everything you see.
Yeah, I just thought. You didn't put vodka in. Grant, I'm so sorry.
Well, he said he wanted the same.
No, I thought it tasted funny. At least now I know I'm not missing anything. Like a mouthful of dry cleaning fluid.
But all these years you've been teetotal, and I have to spoil it.
No, why worry? I should be grateful for the experience.
Give me the rest of that glass. Oh, you finished it.
No, I was thirsty. Matter of fact, I didn't quite get the taste. Better have another.
Right up.
Grant, is this wise?
Ammunition for my lectures. Can't talk about alcohol if I've never had it, can I? Personal experience. Thanks. I'll finish this and affect its notes on me.
damage to the brain cells, you know. I'm not drinking mine.
Oh, well, give it to me.
No, steady. Steady on. And that vodka comes from Warrington. Probably damage your lungs as well.
Point, Leslie, good point. May as well be hung for a sheep as a bird in the bush. That's another thing I lecture on. Lung damage. Barkeep, give us 40 Dreadnought High Tar and a Boston Masses.
You can't smoke Dreadnought. I mean, the government health warning says, so long, sucker.
And set it up again.
Look, you've had 3 doubles. You're not meant to drink it like beer.
Beer? Yeah, I'll try and find a beer.
You're not used to it.
About time I was then, eh?
Look, Grant, pull yourself together. It's the Keep Fit display in an hour. Are you going to be all right?
Oh, sir.
That completes the tour of my packaging unit, Mr. Yamota.
Most satisfactory.
I thought it best to view it while the workforce was out.
Workforce.
They're getting ready for the fitness display I mentioned.
My company has sponsored athletics many years. In Japan, we say, fit employee, reliable employee. You say the same?
Well, I would if I could.
Would not wish contract with firm where employees racks and so forth.
Well, if we go through to the canteen, I'm sure they're ready to begin. Claire, everything's set. Another scheme we're rather proud of, Mr. Yamota, the punctuality bonus. You won't find any workers of mine late for anything. Claire, where's Grant?
He isn't here yet. Or Leslie.
What? Mr. Yamota, perhaps you might take this opportunity to look at the workers standing still. So relaxed. So essentially, alert.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Are you sure you can manage?
Here they are. Mr. Yamota, I'd like you to meet Leslie, my chauffeur and front man in the display. The others take their time from him.
Sayonara. Darling, could I have a word?
And Grant Pym, our fitness instructor.
It's a fan.
Grant, are you all right?
Get him off.
What?
What's this?
This is Mr. Yamota.
It's Bruce Lee. Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee to the life. Come free. No offense.
No offense.
Bridge on the River Kwai. Nagasaki.
Get him out of here.
I don't feel very...
Sorry, darling. He's a bit overtired.
Overtired?
Yes, as a newt. I tried to keep him away, but I couldn't. I'm worn out.
Yes, as you can see, Mr. Yamota, Mr. Pym has been overworking. Leslie, perhaps you could lead the fitness display?
Yeah, well, I'll try. Right, ladies and gentlemen, multiple knees bend with me. Down. Up. Down.
Claire. Yes? Get a doctor, will you? And perhaps a large dustpan and brush. Can I plump you up, darling?
Oh, please. And then do the bed.
So what did the doctor say?
He's given me 2 weeks.
Leslie!
2 weeks off work. Complete rest, no excitement. I mustn't even look at pictures of them. He just said I'd exhausted myself.
So that was why you collapsed?
Well, he said it was nature's way of telling me to drop dead. He sees a lot of this, apparently. Middle-aged puddings, acting like Roy of the Rovers. But I'm sorry I spoiled your display.
Luckily, I managed to persuade Yamota the whole thing was deliberate. Grant was a warning against drink. And you were an excuse to see the first aid team in action.
I was?
Yes. Yes, it was lucky the tea trolley happened to be passing.
So that's why I woke up with milk in my ear.
Anyway, your motor gave us a contract. So you can enjoy your 2 weeks off. And after that, go easy on the exercises.
Exercises? I'm going back to hypochondria. Anyone want to buy a tracksuit?
Drop me here, darling.
Drop Me Here, Darling features Norma Ronald, Edward Judd, Eve Karpf, and as Leslie and Caroline Duggan, Leslie Phillips and Jill Bennett. Leslie Duggan's marriage has broken up, and his business has broken down. But is he downhearted? Of course he is. Still, an evening with an old friend soon restores the traditional ebullience.
There, my dear Michael. Queen's Bishop to King's Rook 4. Take your time. One can't rush the discerning intellect. What time's Hawaii 5-0? We're all right. It's Nicholas Parsons too late. Live from Norwich. I suppose he is for Norwich. Did you see it last week when he broke that casino drugs ring?
Nicholas Parsons?
Hawaii 5-0. Still not moved then? Thought I'd fox you with that Korchnoi opening. It does to your opponent what Lenin did to coronation mugs.
I'll move this thing with a tit on top.
Bishop. Honestly. Well, if you want to expose your flank to a Markov counter...
But drop the jargon, Leslie. I don't play chess like that. I'm a soldier. I look at the board and shove them where they look right.
Really, Mike? I think to get the most from the game, one needs a certain dedication.
Leslie?
The difference between us, lack of imagination. That's why you stayed on in the army and I didn't.
I don't know how to put this.
No intellectual vigor.
Checkmate.
You only have surface interest in the game. And sorry?
Checkmate. Isn't that what you say when you've won?
But
it's so long since I've played, huh?
Well, how am I expected to concentrate with all this chat going on?
It was you.
Well, you could have stopped me. All right, you've won. All right, don't go on about it.
I haven't said a word.
Well, I mean, congratulations. Mike's won. Happy now?
The old Aldershot rules?
Oh, now, really?
Come on, you've lost.
Oh, very well. What do you want?
I'll have your shirt and one sock.
It's no good. Chess isn't the same without those girls from the Naffy. Oh, my God. Have a drink instead, eh? Terminal leave. About time, too, you old lump. I thought they'd bury you with your pips up.
Get to my age and there's no job on staff. Best to break loose. Not enough upstairs.
Man of action. You wait. Come World War III, they'll ring you. But what will you do for now?
I've looked at the way the world's going. Violence, crime, vandalism. And asked myself the same question as any red-blooded Englishman.
Yes. How can you make some money out of it?
Right. I'm starting a security firm.
What with?
My gratuity.
Oh, must be nice to have a bit of cash. Personally, if petrol goes up again, I'll have to get a smaller lighter. And you'll get a pension. All I can look forward to is the over-60s conga in the post office.
How's Caroline, by the way?
Fine.
Lovely girl.
Yeah.
Don't mind me saying, Leslie.
Yeah?
Frankly, I never understood why you...
Neither do I.
Second thought?
Didn't appreciate her till after the divorce. Silliest thing we ever did.
I suppose working for her doesn't help.
I prefer to call it working with her.
You're her chauffeur.
She might own the business, but she wouldn't get far without me behind her.
I thought you'd be in front.
Oh, you're right, of course. I mean, it is difficult. You can't make advances to your employer.
Tricky. Well, remember what they used to say in Aden?
English go home.
Attack from the hills. Find a strong position. Change your job.
Listen, chauffeuring Caroline wasn't first choice. I applied for hundreds of jobs when I went bust. You get more response fishing in weed killer.
But what about your writing?
That was just a hobby.
Your business experience?
I lost $500,000.
British Leyland used people like you. Near the carborundum, Leslie. But think about it. There must be something for a brain like yours.
Oh, there is. It's time for Hawaii 5-0.
I think you'll be comfortable in this room, Emma.
It's nice of you to let me stay, Caroline.
The least I can do. You saved my life in New York. What a relief to meet someone who spoke English.
Well, for me, it was fine to meet a fellow Brit. You know, I often regret I left London. I vacation here when I can.
Well, at least I saved you from the hotel. For their charges, you'd find it cheaper to commute.
Right.
But my motives aren't entirely pure.
Oh?
Well, see, you're the only press officer I know.
Well, go on.
Well, you know about my mail order company.
Oh, Quantum.
It's growing all the time, and the press rings me up. What's your latest product? Is this rumor true? What about recession? How old are you?
Don't knock publicity.
Free advertising. That's why I want it properly handled. And I'm too busy to talk to the media all the time. So tell me about press offices.
Well, most of us come from journalism, PR, and so on. The jobs being nice to writers, lunching editors, and knowing everything about your company, of course.
I suppose there's no chance that you might
Thanks,
consider...
Caroline, but frankly, Quantum's not big enough to pay the salary I'd need. Not yet.
Thought so.
But I'll be glad to help you recruit. I've a friend here who runs an employment agency. Let me talk to her.
Where to, madam?
Home, Leslie.
Right, darling.
Might arrive okay?
Yes, he asked after you.
Perhaps you could bring him over this weekend.
Fine.
When we were married, I liked him best of all your friends. Well, both your friends.
Yes. You learn who they are when you go broke. I tore up 10 address books.
Steady, reliable. Pity he didn't influence you a bit more.
I don't quite follow you, madam.
I mean, he had a career and stuck to it.
I suppose you think I should have stayed in the army.
You'd be the oldest subaltern there. I don't mean national service. In after, you just found something you were good at.
I did.
They don't pay you for lying down.
Some people had faith in me.
Well, it wasn't your fault your business went bust. I mean, if only you'd had some marketable skill, some professional expertise.
As a matter of fact, madam, Mike and I were discussing this. Perhaps it's time I moved on. Driving a Rolls doesn't use all my skills.
We could put in a dartboard.
Perhaps when I get another job, you'll laugh on the other side of your mud pack.
Another job? Oh, I doubt it, Leslie. It's hard these days. They're not taking unskilled labor.
I thought of aiming higher, executive position.
If you want a good reference, I'm willing to lie for you.
Home, madam. Just 2 minutes outside the record.
I've told you before, Leslie, it isn't a race. And don't make those signs at taxi drivers.
I was letting them know I was 2 minutes over.
I shan't need the car tonight, by the way. You can pick me up in the morning.
Very good, madam.
Unless, of course, you'll be running ICI by then. Emma?
In here.
Hello, love. Good day.
Yes. I went round my old haunt. Oh, and I spoke to my friend.
Yes?
She'll let us know if there's anyone suitable.
Suitable?
For your press officer.
Oh. Oh, yes, yes.
Anything wrong?
Sounds like I might be losing my chauffeur.
What, is it so hard to find a replacement?
For this one, he's my ex-husband. There aren't too many of those about.
Funny situation.
No, he's ideal. Besides, I like having him around. If he wasn't working for me, I'd never see him. Not that I'd dream of telling him. I tried to laugh it off, but I'd hate to see him get another job.
Oh, I shouldn't think you need worry. Finding new jobs isn't easy these days. In fact, I guess it's pretty difficult.
Here we are, Topex Employment.
Yeah, I don't know, Mike. I mean, it doesn't look my kind of place.
Why not?
It's open.
Now, don't be nervous.
Look, let's go to St. James's Park. I want to feed the tourists.
Courage, Leslie. Didn't 3 years in the Queen's Regiment teach you to stand up for yourself?
Only in pubs. Look, I'm not executive material.
But you want Caroline back?
Look, I've just remembered I've left the gas on.
I want you to go in there and sell yourself.
Look, the way I feel, I'd be a special offer. Or given away with double grazing. Look, I ought to go home and talk to my hydrangea.
Confidence. Be confident and you'll get a job.
Yes.
You only have to believe in yourself.
Yes, you're right.
Walk tall.
Yeah, confident.
I'll be here.
Yeah, thank my confidence.
You going in?
Yes, I'm going through that revolving door. I'll get myself that job.
Good morning.
Haven't got any jobs, I suppose. No, bye.
What's wrong?
Oh, well, it was, it's the recession. No, they say that at this point on the recovery curve, the parameters aren't favourable to executive recruitment.
So fast, aren't they?
So I'll stick to chauffeuring.
Don't you want to stretch yourself?
Well, that's not important.
You could double your present salary.
That is. Yeah, all right, I'll try again. Morning. Now I'll come back later.
Please, sit down.
Oh, very well. You see, I'm looking for a job.
Fine.
You probably won't have anything for me.
Well, we might, if we can overcome this lack of confidence.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wasting your time. I'll go.
No, please. Oh, it's typical of the redundant executive.
Yes, but I'm not even redundant.
Well, there's plenty worse off than you, then.
Yeah, not walking around.
It's part of my job to help you believe in yourself.
All right, I'll try.
Good. Now, let's start by examining your career to date.
It was nice talking to you. Goodbye.
All right. Look, we'll skip the past. Just tell me about your present job, Mr.
Duggan. Leslie Duggan.
And don't be modest. Show yourself in the best light.
Best light? Well, I suppose you could say I'm in transport.
Less humble. Can you say you're a transport executive?
Well, if you want me to. I'm a transport executive.
Now that sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it should do.
And why do you want to change your job? How far would you go with your present employer?
Well, I draw the line at Newcastle. For that, she gets the train. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, well, you could say my employer's right behind me most of the time.
Oh, it's a she, is it? And you don't feel she could open doors for you?
She could, but she makes me do it.
Well, so how about your sudden change of direction?
She hangs on like grim death.
Well, employers don't like to lose top executives. Any other experience?
Yeah, I had my own property company.
In a big way?
Oh, I turned over £500,000. It just didn't get up again.
I don't understand.
Are you familiar with the term fiscal counterflow?
No.
Well, that's what I meant then.
So why did you give this company up?
I can truthfully say I was unable to contribute any more to it.
But this must have left you well off.
Well, let's say I do have my milk delivered.
And in spite of this, you still choose to to work.
Again, I can truthfully say I have found it impossible to remain idle.
It is almost impressive. Remuneration isn't important.
I wouldn't say that. No, I want 15,000, share options, financial participation, and one of those phones where you push the little buttons.
Good, that's confident. Anything else?
I used to write magazine articles.
Great! Literacy's a big bonus.
Really?
Yes.
You've made me feel I can do anything.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, well, flick through your files, see if there's anything big enough.
Transport. British Rail are looking for an efficiency planner.
I wasn't really thinking of a part-time job.
Yes, and of course you want to change anyway.
Yeah?
Here's something different. I don't have all the details yet. A friend just mentioned it.
What is it?
Press officer.
Well, if you can't do any better...
Well, you want someone who can write. It's a mail order firm.
Oh, I'm with a mail order firm on the transport side.
Good heavens, so you know the business. Shall I give him a ring?
You can say I might consider it.
Why, you certainly packed up. Go in this confident and you'll get any job.
Yeah, I shan't forget you. I might be able to use a good secretary.
Hello, Emma. It's Kay at Topex. Oh, fine, thanks. Listen, I've got the ideal press officer for your friend. How do I get in touch? Oh, the friend's with you now. That's great. Shall I have a word? Thanks. Well, in luck. We can talk business straight away. Hello, Kay Wright at Topex. I think I have your press officer. Lots of executive experience, proven writing ability, and very charming. I haven't asked him yet, but whatever it is, I'm sure he doesn't look it. Well, let me tell you more about him.
He sounds perfect, Emma. I only wish I'd met him when I was younger. Yes, that's right. I'm very interested. Could you just give me his name? Yes. Leslie... Yes, I'm still here. Tell me, has he got blonde hair? And a moustache like a dead hush puppy? Oh, just a lucky guess. Look, I don't think I will interview him. I hate violence, especially when it's committed by me. And I don't want to have to find a new chauffeur. Well, listen closely and I'll tell you what I mean.
I see. Yes. Of course, I can only go on what I'm told. Yes. Yes, I hope you give him what he deserves.
Ask for 40,000.
Well, if you're content to deal with him yourself...
Oh, I can haggle. Any company car?
Oh, please. Give him one for me. No, we weren't charging him.
I say, that's good of you. If you like, I'll appear in your adverts.
Unfortunately, we can't, Sue.
Sue, it's a woman. Oh, the job's mine.
Right. Yes, I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Well, when do we start?
Right now. Turn round and go straight ahead,
yes,
preferably through the plate glass window. Just keep walking and never come back. Get out! Go!
Well, Leslie? Got anything for pierced eardrums?
Well, what did she say?
So I'm not the type. It sticks out a mile, apparently. One phone call and she knew all about me. She wouldn't give me the details.
Oh, well, yeah. Look, Leslie, I wasn't going to say this. I can't offer much to start with, and if you found something better...
What?
Well, come in with me.
What? Your security firm?
Right. We'll start looking for an office.
Mike, I've no money.
Not necessary. It's a risk, mine, but you'll be in on the ground floor. You can give me something better than money.
There isn't anything.
It helps no end having someone to rely on. I mean, we know you're a fool, but at least you're consistent.
I don't know what to say.
Well, shut up. Well, now you've joined the firm, it's time we had a staff outing.
Yes.
Fancy a drink?
Up asking you for a job? Well, he obviously didn't know it was me. I mean, imagine Leslie, the press officer. He can hardly read a paper without moving his lips. The idea. Well, I wouldn't have thought it was impossible from what you've told me about him. I may have given a false impression. He did do some writing. Well, just to pass the time between lunch and getting up.
And if you married him, he must be quite personable.
Oh, Leslie could charm the town planners out of the trees.
And quite intelligent.
In his way. I mean, he's got the most ingenious excuses for being an idiot.
He's beginning to sound like the ideal press officer.
I suppose I just haven't thought about it.
And he knows the firm already, and you don't want him to leave.
This is starting to make horrible sense. Well, I suppose I better have a word while he's driving me home. Yes, perhaps it is a good idea.
I hope I'm driving cautiously enough for you, madam.
Yes, of course, Leslie. How's your job hunting?
I've had the odd approach.
You always did.
But I've decided not to take a job.
Oh, look, don't let one rejection get you down.
Rejection?
Oh, I know about the press officer thing, Leslie. That was me.
Oh, I see. You set that up nicely, didn't you?
Oh, don't be silly. How could I? It was a coincidence.
But you didn't miss the chance to humiliate me.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. It took me by surprise, that's all. But now I've got it over, and I might be prepared to consider you for the job.
You might be prepared to consider me. Well, I'd like to say, darling, now you've shown your faith in me, now you've had the decency to reconsider and been big enough to change your mind and offer me a job, you can stuff it.
Now, Leslie, don't be hasty.
You see, I'm going into partnership with Mike. I prefer that to being an employee.
Oh. Well, when are you thinking of leaving?
Soon. We started looking for premises yesterday.
Ah. So I'll have to start looking for a press officer again.
And a chauffeur. Perhaps you'll find one who likes being overtaken by old ladies on bicycles.
Yes, of course I'd like to, General, but there's this problem.
Mike, I tried another estate agent. What? Sorry.
Yes, of course, sir. It's what I always wanted. I see. Well, I don't know what to say. Yeah, all right, I'll shut up. Yes, I'll ring you tomorrow, General. Goodbye.
Mike, I've got it. Perfect place. There's even somewhere for the Alsatians to, well, there's a tree.
That was General Manders.
And Mike, it's convenient for London, but 5 miles from the nearest McDonald's. Perfect. Crazy rent.
Leslie.
Open plan office, split level fire escape. Come on, get to go.
Now, hang on, old chap.
Well, I'll help you find the pawn ticket. Back up, old chap. We're in business.
The Army want me to stay on, Leslie. They've offered me the anti-terrorist unit. Amanda's put me up for it before, and then they scrapped the idea. But partly the reason I left, as a matter of fact. Well, now it's on again.
I see.
But, say the word, Leslie. I'll tell them what to do with it. Our arrangement stands if you want it.
Well, what do you want?
Well, we've got a team now, you and me, and, well, I believe we can make a go of it.
Oh, shut up. Well, you don't want to spend the rest of your life sending dogs round shopping precincts. You're a soldier. Well, say you accept.
Well, I'd like to, Leslie, be honest, but what about you?
Do you really think I want to run a security firm? I only came in to stop you ruining yourself.
Well, I feel easier then.
Sure.
But I don't like to think of you stuck with chauffeuring your ex-wife.
No problem. She offered me a top job. Press officer. I turned it down because of our little scheme. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go round and accept.
Well, I'll be sorry to see you go, Emma.
Any more applicants for your press officer job?
I offered it to Leslie, but he turned me down. So your friend's ringing me tomorrow with a short list.
I thought of someone you can ask.
Oh, good. I'll make a note. Who is it?
Me. M-E.
What?
If your office's still open.
Definitely. But you know, I can't match what you get in the States.
Right, but money isn't everything, and I can't go on much longer without London fog and tea breaks.
Oh, that's wonderful, Emma. You've got the job. Let's crack a bottle of champagne.
Well, I'll have to settle things over there, of course. Give a month's notice.
Fine. Start in 6 weeks. Oh. Now, who is that? Would you open a bottle, love? There's one in the fridge.
Evening, madam.
Deadly.
I want to apologize for my attitude the other day.
No need. I was a bit off, too.
Yeah, and also I've come round to ask...
Emma, this is Leslie. Pour him a glass, too. Leslie, this is Emma Gray.
Hello.
Emma's my new press officer.
Oh.
Here. Now, what was it you came to ask?
I came to ask when you want the car in the morning, madam. And what time's Hawaii 5-0?
Leslie Phillips and Jill Bennett starred in Drop Me Here, Darling. Also featured were Norma Ronald, Edward Judd, and Eve Karpf. The program was written by Andrew Palmer and produced by Edward Taylor.